Hey guys, what's up? It's Loser Noob, and this time doing a film on Crashsite, and well, on Waterfront, but this is the game type Crashsite. And honestly, I'm gonna tell you straight up front that it is hardest to give tips for Crashsite simply because it is the most random of all the score attack game types. Um, Usually, when you do generated defense, there's 3 generators, but in Crashsite there is only 1. So it's going to randomly change between 3 different spawns on each map. So when you first start up Crashsite, you're going to want to have to figure out the best spot for each generator on each map, which probably takes a while. But thankfully here I lucked out for like the best possible location on Waterfront. If your generator spawns in the middle, sucks to be you, because that's the worst place to be. It's way too open for enemies to attack. It's much harder to defend the middle. But when you're like in some little corner and you can view like every incoming direction just by like taking half second to look around, that's much better for you. Right here in this general area on Waterfront is the best place to be for any game type, really. The other game types, it might take you longer for the enemies to get around to coming to you, but it's definitely it's a much safer area than all the other ones. If you go on top of a roof or such things, like in I guess sniper attack, if you go on top of a roof, there's still like the staircase they can come up. Then there'll be like right below the house at some angle across the map just shooting you. But here you can see pretty much most everything, and there's a bit of cover. And for like Gruntpocalypse, there's only one way they're going to come up, and pretty much the only enemy that's ever going to get behind you right here are possibly skirmishers. But if you pay enough attention, maybe only 1 or 2 will get behind you, and that's not too bad because you can just turn around and headshot them. That's pretty easy. So yeah, right here's a good spot. If you'll notice, unlimited ammo. That's probably the biggest plus of Crashsite. So you never have to go back for ammo. You have overshields. For equipment, I would say use drop shields, but you cannot. It's not available for Crashsite, which is pretty lame. I wish it was there. It'd be pretty nice to just put down and cover the generator, or at least get my health back up, but you can't. And armor lock will be pretty useless. No one's there to save you. I do recommend it for like Gruntpocalypse, but that's only to like get the stickies off of you. And I don't think much of anything will ever get around to throwing stickies at you on Crashsite. But even if they do, since you have overshields, I'm not quite sure that will kill you. And so what I do recommend is either sprint or evade to go back to cover or get to the generator quickly, because once the round starts, the phantoms and spirits are going to be there rather quickly. You want to be there as fast as possible. So like if you're on Corvette and if you take your little sweet time, the dropship will literally be on top of the generator in like 5 to 6 seconds flat, and that's not good for you. So you need to like sprint there and lock it immediately on the first round. The other rounds won't be as bad since you're already there and you can kill everything like as they drop down. But let's see. For Crashsite, you may not want to stick with the Magnum and DMR for the whole match. See, I think eventually I get the focus rifle, which is a great weapon for killing jackals and elites. So, but you'll need to pay attention to the fact that it's not a bottomless clip, so it does overheat, and so will like the plasma repeater and such things. So feel free to use it, just you have to pay attention to the overheating condition of it. So other than that, it's a great weapon. You could use a fuel rod if you get lucky enough to find a grunt with it. The fuel rods aren't that as common in Crashsite as they are in Gruntpocalypse, but it's probably the best weapon you'll get for a Crashsite. Because all the enemies, they just rush to you in huge groups, and you can just get lots of multi-kills really fast. And you'll be done with Crashsite pretty fast if you can get a fuel rod. Yeah, see right here, I get the focus rifle, and that puts down the jackal shields real fast, so you can kill them easier than with a DMR. Though you'll notice right here I keep getting distracted by the phantom, so you don't always want to stay near where a bunch of people were just dropped off, even if you had like full shields, because that phantom will just keep shooting at you for like 30 seconds, and that can be a huge pain when you're trying to aim. And it does take away your shield and etc. And if you haven't locked the generator and you're standing near it, even though there's no enemies around, the phantom will gladly shoot at you, and since it's pretty much like a bigger version of the concussion rifle, it'll damage the generator too, and that's a bad idea. So never stand too close to it unless it's locked. And so you'll want to time your lockings for it rather well, because if you lock it too soon when the enemies are like, the phantoms are still coming in, that's going to lead to some troubles, because it'll unlock itself while there's still a ton of enemies. So you want to lock it like right as the enemies are actually jumping out, and so that way you can kill the most possible enemies as quickly as you can and have it still locked. Once it's unlocked, it's going to be a huge pain to defend. So just gotta remember though, if it's locked, of course they're not going to bother with it, and they're just going to come after you. And if it's unlocked, they're going to go for it. So it's either you or the generator, but I think in most cases you want both of you to survive. So, or it and you and it to survive. You can't really call it both of them you. Anyway, so yeah, if you're gonna stick without the focus rifle, you're gonna have to learn how to headshot elites properly, like all the time. I may have not done it right there, but it certainly is a great help. You'll kill elites in like 3 shots or so if you get straight headshots. I think that's what it is. So yeah, since you have like a huge damage boost, that's why you kill everything so fast. It's very handy. Anyway, it's about to end. Thanks for watching. I'm going to upload some other tips soon, so stay tuned, including multiplayer maps too.